And the Marathon Red Raiders.
Hey everybody, welcome to Marathon High School, where we have a a Merriwood South baseball matchup between Marathon Red Raiders and the visiting Auburndale Eagles. Kind of a nice game tonight because Marathon right now is 6-1 in conference. If Marathon can manage to win tonight, they will at least guarantee themselves a share of the Merriwood South Conference title. What it depends on tonight's other game, Stratford and Edgar are playing tonight. If Stratford and Marathon both win, they will have a tie for first place. Edgar is currently in third place, tied with Auburndale with a 3-2 record. Stratford is 4-1 in conference. But the way Stratford's going, this is for the conference championship tonight between both of the schools. This game was supposed to be played last night, but with all the monsoon that basically all of Wisconsin had, we didn't have the game, and we're playing tonight. And as they once said, it's such a nice day for a game. Hey, let's play two, and that's what Marathon is doing tonight. The second game, which will start at approximately 7:30, is between Marathon and the visiting Abbotsford Colby Co-op from the Merriwood South team. It's a Merriwood North, and they're a co-op team. As far as conference goes right now, again, it's really weird that Newman doesn't have a conference, doesn't have a team this year, so it's kind of weird the way the schedule is. So after tonight, Marathon is officially done with conference games, and all the other games now are non-conference. What we're doing right now is on Zaleski Sports, and again, we appreciate everyone tuning in here to Zaleski Sports. We always want to thank all of our sponsors here in Marathon: Brickner Motors of Little Chicago, NH Machine, the Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant, Marathon City Sports Center, Marathon Flooring, Marathon Cheese, the Copper Mug, Access Insurance, and Underwood Construction. And you may find out tonight there's a lot of interference going on here in the press box tonight. We have the announcer, we have another radio station here, so you're probably going to hear a lot of interference or a lot of different things going on as you're watching the game on Zaleski Sports. The starting lineups for Auburndale tonight: pitcher Blake Rabs. At left field, Peyton Weinfurter, a sophomore. Aiden Churdy, the catcher. Weinfurter is the first baseman. Caden Anderson is the center fielder. Nathan Richardson is the third baseman. Michael Pongratz is the DH. Isaac Linsmeyer is the right fielder. Josh Lumberg is the second baseman. And Aiden Rabb is the shortstop. For the Marathon Red Raiders, we have Tyler Underwood, who was the winning pitcher versus Auburndale earlier this week. Pitched a great game, really shut him down. Cooper Hooksema, is in center field. True third is the catcher. Cale Quaintz, the second baseman. Grant Warren is the first baseman. Blake Underwood, who came in and faced one batter and picked up the save the other night at Auburndale, is the pitcher. Cody Ratke starts out in left field. Reed McCain's the DH. Evan DeBruce starts at third base, and Derek Vesley, the right fielder. We're now going to take a timeout here, and we're going to stand for the national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we'll help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it and the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Hey, welcome everybody to Zaleski Sports. We're in Marathon, Wisconsin, where the Marathon Red Raiders are facing the Auburndale Eagles for the conference title, the Marywood Conference title at stake tonight. A win by Marathon guarantees them at least a tie in the Marywood Conference South, with Stratford at a 4-1 record behind them playing Edgar. If Stratford wins and Marathon wins, probably going to be a tie for first place. What a great night for a baseball game. You're probably seeing something you haven't seen in a while, at least here in Marathon, is the sun. It's about 70 degrees. These kids probably don't know how to act. The last couple of games, the wind has just been ferocious. It's been cold. It's been rainy. Just brutal, but the kids just keep on playing. Tonight, Marathon will end its Marywood South Conference schedule, and the rest of the couple weeks before tournaments is all a non-conference schedule. It's kind of a little bit different versus basketball and baseball. In basketball, the Marywood North counts as a conference game, but in baseball, a game versus the Marywood North is just considered a non-conference game, because with baseball, you never know when you can make them up and when you can't. So that's why they do that. So again, you're watching Marathon Red Raider Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. We like to always thank our sponsors. And if we look at Marathon's got quite a few conference leaders right now. Grant Warren leads the conference in hits. Blake Underwood is third. Tyler Underwood leads or tied for the lead with 4 wins in conference. And RBI, Blake Underwood, the sophomore, is third in RBIs. So, looking for a good game tonight. It's sunny. It's nice. It's really, really busy tonight here in Marathon. We got a junior high track meet behind us. The girls are also playing playing softball tonight versus Auburndale. In conference, they went to that a couple years ago, where everything is a Tuesday, Thursday, normally, contest. Leading off for the Auburndale Eagles is Blake Rabb. Takes one for a strike. 1-1. Blake Rabb, a multi-dimensional athlete. Plays football, basketball, and baseball. I love these 3-sport athletes at these small schools. In the gap, Cooper charges. Blake Rabb starts the game with a single. With Blake Underwood as the pitcher tonight, he's going to see a lot of off-speed stuff. He's not going to dazzle pitchers with a high heat, so to speak. A lot of curveballs, a lot of breaking balls. So Blake Rabb gets to lead off at first. Peyton Weinfurter, a sophomore. The left fielder. 1-0. One thing the Marathon has going from behind the plate, True Thurs. Got a cannon for an arm. It's really, really, the catching has really stepped up this year with True behind the plate. Not many teams have tried to run on him this year. 1-0. There we go. Evens it up at 1. The other night at at Auburndale, Marathon jumped out to a 1-0 lead. And then in the bottom of the 6th, Auburndale tied it up at 1-1. And then in the top of the 7th, Marathon got a runner on, got him over to second, and eventually got him to third. And Grant Warren with a sacrifice fly put the winning run across, and the Red Raiders shut him down in the bottom of the 7th to get him a 2-1 win. Pops it up. Cooper charging fast. He's coming in. He makes the grab. Nice job by Cooper. He had to cover a lot of ground on that one.
Up for the Eagles, number 2, Eden Cherney.
First out of the inning. You wouldn't think Cooper's got the speed. He's kind of he really just kind of floats. You don't think he's going full speed, but he gets to the ball in time, and that's the key. 1 out. Top of first. The pitchers in the infield have a lot of confidence to throw to first place when you have 6'10" first baseman. Think of that wingspan, 6'10" wingspan. As long as you're close, you got a good shot at Grant at first. 1-0. Truthers gets the signs from the Marathon coaching staff. They give him a number. He looks on his another pickoff throw. He looks at the wrist. You see him looking at his wrist pad. That's where all the pitches are. And he finds that corresponding number on the wrist pad, and that's what he relays out to the pitcher. One thing the first guy on first looks for, he looks for that back foot. If that back foot stays where it's at, he knows it's not going to be a pickoff move. But if that back foot moves towards second base or off the rubber, then he knows he's going to get a pickoff throw, generally. 1-1, 1 out. Aiden Cherney, the catcher for Auburndale tonight. He's keeping them close. You can tell Coach Warren is really concerned. You don't want anyone, probably counting on a tight game tonight, you don't want to give someone that one extra run. And the one thing you'll see in baseball, they always talk about the old added speed kills. You get a guy on first or any base with a lot of speed, and pretty soon the pitcher spends more time worrying about the base runner than he does the batter. 2-1. 3-1. Let's see if the Marathon Red Raiders can keep the good luck going in Wisconsin. The Brewers beat the Cubbies 3-1 today. Went down and beat their former manager, Craig Counsell. Looper into left field right over Evan DeBrew's head. Cody Ratke charges, gets it back in. We got runners on first and second with only one out. Another single for the Auburndale. Well, we got a fourth and any base if you're a Marathon fan. If you're an Auburndale fan, you're hoping for more. Caden Weinferder, the 6'6", 6'7" first baseman. Marathon and Auburndale also very well represented on the WBCA All-Star game this summer. Weinferder and Warren and Underwood are playing the end of June down at the Just a Game Fieldhouse in the Dells, representing the Wisconsin Basketball Coach Association cancer fundraiser. 0-2, he jumps out. Right up the middle, Tyler Underwood. Nice pick. Tyler Underwood with a really nice job. He went far to his left, picked it up, dropped about 2 steps, double play. So after a half inning of play, Marathon gets out of the inning with a double play by Tyler Underwood, unassisted, and it's Auburndale, nothing, with the Red Raiders coming to bat in the bottom of the first. We'll be back after this next commercial break.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Friday, May 31st is the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment. Also, enjoy free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, June 1st, the parade starts at 11 a.m. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at Upham Mansion. Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting outdoor beverage garden with live music. For more information, visit marshfieldchamber.com.
Okay, Chuck Wiffle back here in Marathon. We're watching the Marathon Red Raiders and the Auburndale Eagles in a Merriwood South matchup. We'd also like to thank our sponsors. Again, without sponsors, this isn't possible. Special thanks to all the sponsors today. We want to make sure the Three Amigos restaurant. Find breakfast, lunch, and dinner under all one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican spot, the Three Amigos. And did you say a Friday fish fry, which is today? That's Three Amigos on Maritech Avenue in Marathon. Also, just a reminder, visit Marshfield. The Marshfield Dairy Fest is May 30th to June 2nd. Check out the marshfieldchamber.com for all details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend. And, as they say, to thank the farmers. And the old adage is, never criticize a farmer with your mouth full. Again, thank you for all the farmers for what you do. So, the Red Raiders coming to bat here in the bottom of the first. They had Auburndale had a little bit of rally in the first inning. They had runners on first and second with one out. And Blake Underwood induced a double play to Weinfurter. Tyler Underwood caught the line drive, stepped on second, double play. So, leading off, why it always seems like a player who does a nice thing at the end of an inning is the first one up to bat the next inning, and that's what Tyler Underwood is. Tyler Underwood, the winning pitcher last week against Auburndale, leads off in the bottom of the first. Let's see if Tyler Underwood, here in Marathon, they have what they call the bleacher creatures out there in left center field. They sit in the back of their trucks and wait for home runs, and hopefully tonight they can catch one of them for Tyler. Blake Rabb on the mound for Auburndale. Starts out ahead, 0-1. Evens up the count. Getting the count. Rabb in front of him. 1-2. We do apologize for the scoreboard on the screen. We're trying to figure out the little details to make sure we can figure out, well, not me, but Dan, who's the assistant tonight, who does a nice job running the ads and running the feed and everything, trying to figure out what's going on there. So please be patient with us. Again, our apologies for the scoreboard that you see on the screen. All right, Tyler got caught looking there. Nice pitch by Rabb. Tyler goes down. Fire rounds first. Nice job by Cooper. That ever since he got put in that 8 spot, he's really been on a little tear here lately, hitting the ball, driving it really well. Now True Thurs, the catcher. True has to be one of the better catchers around. The way he blocks, plate block, pass balls, and he just got a cannon as far as throwing down the second. True hits one deep to right field, going back, still going back. Hey, touch them all for True Third. Blake Rabb sends one right down the middle, and True Thirds sends one right out over the right field fence. So True Thirds touches them all with a home run. Brings in Cooper for the first 2 runs of the game. And the Marathon Red Raiders take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. True Thirds, a sophomore. And that's one thing, talking to some of the players for Marathon, they really want to attack that first pitch. Because generally that first pitch for most high school players is going to be a fastball. So they're attacking that first pitch. Benny Cleanup, a sophomore. The second baseman, Cale Quaintance. It's got to give him a lot of confidence. Big game on the line, but these kids from Marathon have played in a lot of big games in the last 2-3 years. Evens it up. You look at what Marathon's done in basketball. All these kids, a lot of these kids have played sectional finals, state tournament, wrestling. Some of these kids were at the state tournament in wrestling. They just played in a lot of pressure-packed games. Up to the second shortstop, running it out. Cale hits to the shortstop.
Number 10, Grant Warren.
Grant Warren, the first baseman for the Red Raiders. Going to Northern Michigan. Or Michigan, I'm sorry. 2-0 yet. Grant takes him to the shortstop. Second hop. In time to get Grant Warren 6-3. So three outs. But the Marathon Red Raiders take advantage of sophomore True Third's booming home run to right field that knocks in Cooper hooks him up. And the Marathon Red Raiders take a 2-0 lead over the Auburndale Eagles here in the bottom of the first. We'll be back after this commercial break from Marathon. Back in 60.
Access Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating, but with Access Insurance you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at accessinsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
Hey, welcome back to Marathon on a nice spring summer day. We got to say it's kind of like summer because we haven't had weather like this all year. In the 70s right now, low 70s, nice day for a game. Hey, the Marathon Red Raider jumped out to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first on True Third's first home run of the season. He touched all of them deep to right field to take a 2-0 lead. Hey, we'd also like to thank all the sponsors here on Zaleski Sports. We'd like to thank Marathon Cheese. Marathon Cheese is made up of a family of employees founded in the heart of Wisconsin, local dairyland. It's the people who work at Marathon Cheese who bring such passion and commitment to make Marathon Cheese so special. Hey, for your next career move, consider joining the Marathon Cheese family and apply at mcheese.com here in Marathon. So here we go in the top of the second. Blake Underwood still on the mound for the Marathon, leading off Caden Anderson, the center fielder for Auburndale. 1-0. It's nice to see the flag in right center, almost down, considering what we've had lately. 1-1. On Anderson. One key for Marathon tonight is to attack the bottom 7, 8, 9 hitters of Auburndale. That's where they think they have an advantage. So it goes 2-1 from Underwood, a sophomore. Right now, Marathon, 4 sophomores in the field. Third base side, Evan DeBrew fields it, throws across, scooped by Warren. So nice job by Evan DeBrew, the sophomore. Fields it cleanly. And it's the first out. Evan DeBrew, when he catches it and he throws it, it's an out. But sometimes Evan has a habit of just kind of placing it and doesn't quite get there. That time, Evan, no doubt. 5-3, first out. Now up the bat, Nathan Richardson. And he hits one up center field in front of Cooper. Rounding first on the first pitch. So Nathan Richardson gives Auburndale their third hit of the night. All 3 of them been singles off Blake Underwood.
Designated hitter number 15, Michael Pongratz.
Michael Pongratz, the DH. Batting for Aiden Rabb, the shortstop. Cooper, oops, I'm sorry. Evan DeBrew picks it up in foul territory, but he did the right thing. You have to assume it's going to be a fair ball. He did the smart thing. The coaches tell the players, don't rely on the umps calling it fair or foul. Assume it's fair and take care of business the right way. 0-1. Moves it up to 1-1 on Pongratz, the DH. Still here in the second inning. Oh, they almost had him. Whoa, that's a nice job. That's that cannon of True Thirds, the catcher. When you have a catcher like that and you can pop throw that down to first and catch those kids asleep, and Just missed him. Hey, the count goes 1-2. Richardson, not as big as the lead as Rab had in the first inning. Of course, he doesn't have the speed. Popped up. Behind us. Still ahead, 1-2. If you can stay ahead in that count, it gives you a big advantage as the pitcher. There we go. For the second out of the inning. And from where the camera is, you can really tell when the pitchers are throwing those breaking balls. Like I said, Blake likes to throw a lot of curveballs. When that ball comes in there and it starts coming at the batter and curves right in there, Blake has been really good with his curveball. And a lot of high schoolers, when you are good at when you can throw curves, you're going to get a lot of high school kids out. Linsenmeyer, the right fielder for Auburndale.
.062 has just one base hit in 16 at-bats this season. And there's a fastball right down the chute.
And these are the 7, 8, 9 hitters that Blake really wants to attack. You don't want to give these bottom 3 hitters of any team a free pass. You want to make them earn it. Go right after them. That was his curve. You know someone has a good curve when the guy bails out and it comes across for a strike. 2-2, 2 outs. Second inning, 2-0. Raiders. And he gets him on the third strike. So Blake Underwood finished it with 2 strikeouts here in the top of the second inning. And after 1.5 innings, it's Auburndale nothing and the Marathon Red Raiders 2-0. We'll be back after this commercial break on Zaleski Sports.
Bring the whole family out to Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant tonight and enjoy a menu filled with freshly made authentic Mexican options. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a great selection to keep you coming back again and again. Dine in for a fun Mexican restaurant experience or order for takeout or even delivery. There's Taco Tuesday, Friday Fish Fry, and a great lineup of cold drink options and so much more. It's all under one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican restaurant, Three Amigos on Maratec Avenue.
Chuck Oval back here at Marathon for the Marathon Red Raiders Marywood South Conference matchup between the Auburndale Eagles. Marathon has taken a 2-0 lead on True Thurs. Booming home run to right center. We'd also like to thank Underwood Construction. For a custom-built home, you want to work with the best in Underwood Construction. Right here in Marathon is a perfect place to turn. For your next home building experience, look to Underwood Construction. So in the bottom of the second, Blake Rabb still on the mound for the Auburndale Eagles. And he's going to face for the Red Raiders, Blake Underwood, the pitcher. Blake gets a piece of it. Blake is third in the conference in RBIs. You wouldn't think that from his size, but Blake has been able to put the bat on the ball. Right to third baseman, picks, throws, in time. 5-3, first out.
Number 17, Cody Radke.
Cody, the left fielder. Cody with the most speed on the team for the Red Raiders. Cody's one of those guys, he gets on base and the pitcher is really worried. Because with his speed, 1-0. Popped it up. Out of play. Says there's a big crowd here tonight at the junior high track meet, and that whole side is there just loaded. And everyone yells heads up. And none of those kids even looked up. So here we go. Next pitch. Rab, Fields, throws. Gets Cody on that one. 2 down.
Batting for Marathon.
For
DH
Auburndale.
number 5,
Reed McCain, the DH. Reed is batting for Evan DeBrew, the third baseman. Still 2-0, 2 outs.
Both on Tuesday and Thursday. 4:35 airtime here on Bull Falls Radio. Here's the pitch. This is off the outside corner for Rob for a called ball 1. Tuesday, Marathon will be at Newman Catholic. And Thursday, Newman will come to Marathon. Both those softball matchups, Tuesday and Thursday next week, live right here on Bull Falls Radio. Here's a high
Popped up.
ball center field almost in his tracks now coming in on
And there's your third out of the inning. Reed McCain flies out to center field for the third out of the inning. And it ends the second inning where Marathon and Auburndale, 2-0 Marathon over Auburndale. We'll be back after our next commercial break here on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Chuck Oval back here in Marathon on a really nice spring day. Something unusual here lately. Right now, Marathon has a 2-0 lead, courtesy of True Thurs home run. We'd also like to thank Access Insurance for all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs. There's always a local you can look at Access Insurance. Have a friend in your corner to customize the coverage you need. Learn more at accessinsurance.net. Access Insurance Agency. Their business revolves around you. So again, thank you all the sponsors. And remember, without the sponsors, you don't get to see this game on Zaleski Sports. So always thank your local sponsors. So leading off for Auburndale will be Josh Lundgren, the second baseman. Blake Underwood still on the mound for Marathon. Blake cruising along right now. Ran into a little bit of trouble the first inning, had runners on first and second, and induced a double play out of Weinfurter to get out of the inning. For Marathon, like I said, has only 2 hits. I'm sorry, they had 2 hits. They had a walk. And that's hit. Out of play to right field. The Red Raiders right now with only 2 hits, but a 2-0 lead. Cooper had number 2 batter had a single in the first inning, and he scored on True Thurs's home run in the first. Those have been the only 2 hits for the Raiders after 2 innings. Auburndale with 3 hits so far, all singles off of Underwood. Hit the shortstop. Underwood picks, throws in time to the 6'10 Grant Warren. So 6-3, here we go. 1 out. And Blake Rabb, the pitcher, comes back around to face the opposing pitcher, Blake Underwood. Blake Rabb was caught off second in the first inning on a line drive to Tyler Underwood. He got caught off second. Tyler touched on base before he could get back. Blake hits to DeBrew. DeBrew throws, guns, and there's that low throw, but scooped out by
Next up for the Eagles,
Warren.
number 1, Peyton Weinfurter.
So 2 outs. Nice having a good defensive third baseman there. Evan, very good with the glove. And here we go, Payne Weinfurter, the sophomore, the left fielder. He flew out to center field, threw out the Huxama the first inning. You got to give the ump kind of credit. Yep. You always notice that too. When the catcher gets hit, the umpire will sometimes turn around and clean off the base to give him a break. And when the umpire gets hit, the catcher will kind of delay it a little bit, and they kind of work in conjunction from each other. And they kind of that just built-in respect is there from each. So 0-1.
Put down by Truth, but now the target is set. On your wood. Kicks, deals. There's a ground ball.
Oh, Kale just missed it. Quaintance goes far to his left. Couldn't quite get it. And there's a single by Peyton Weinfurter. The 4th hit of the game for the Eagles. All singles.
Next up for the Eagles, the catcher,
2-out single
number 2, Eden
by
Cherney.
Peyton Weinfurter. That brings up Aiden Cherney, who singled his first time up.
Cherney, again, having a very good year. Came in hitting 370.
Was stranded on first after the double play
A little better now after
in the first inning.
start. Pitches out
There's that breaking ball.
ball, strike one.
Blake gets it across on that first pitch. Blake just goes for the old called jugular.
Draw first from Peyton Weinberg. There's a kickoff move, and Weinberger will dive back in safely.
Keeping them close.
Game of the regular season in the Marywood Conference for the Red Raiders, but they still have quite a bit of action before the start of the playoffs. The non-conference game. Fastball paints the
There we go.
strike two
0-2.
call. Back after this game.
That's big. Getting in front of Cherney. Number 3 in the lineup for Auburndale.
12 straight non-conference games still on the schedule for the Marathon Red Raiders. No balls and 2 strikes on Eden Cherney.
Here's the pitch. Hit down. Hit in the left field. Cody charged. Knew better. Pulled up. And that held Weinfurter on second. So Cherney is now 2 for 2. Second single of the game for Cherney. Cody charged it really nice, but he knew he'd better off keeping it in front of him. You don't want it to get past. Hit the cutoff. Held Weinfurter on second. So here we go. Caden Weinfurter, the first baseman, left-handed. The last time the Eagles were in this position, popped up, and it looks like they could get out of it. Grant Warren calls them off, and they do get out of it. Caden Weinfurter for the 3rd out of the inning. So he flies out to the first baseman. So after 2.5 innings, the score still remains 2-0 in favor of the Marathon Red Raiders over the Auburndale Apaches in a Marywood South Conference game. And we'll be back after the next commercial break.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Chuck Wolf and Dan back here. Dan running us everything here, the computer, everything that's really important, all the stats and everything like that. I'm sure everyone appreciates it, a good computer person. I know I do. So, getting back here to Marywood South, matchup between Auburndale and Marathon. Blake Rabb still on the mound for Auburndale. Speaking of Auburndale, Sweats County Corner Mart. The friendly staff at Sweats Country Corner Mart in Blanker serves up a large section of food made to order daily, like fish fries, chicken dinners, and awesome pizzas. Drive in today on County P, just off Highway 10 in Blanker. Family owned and operated for more than 100 years. That's Sweats County Country Corner Mart in Blanker, the Twin Cities of Blanker and Auburndale. So here we go. Rabb with the first pitch. Vesley leading off in the bottom of the 3rd. Vesley, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Left field line, and it is hooking foul. Vesley, a senior. Vesley, a senior. Grant Warren, a senior. Cooper Hooksema, a senior. and Tyler Underwood, a senior.
Has the target. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that makes it 1 ball.
1 and 2, Rab in front of him.
Steve Warren. No sign. Is stepping back in now is Besson. 1-2. Ground ball towards short. Charging is Eden Rock.
Picks it, throws.
Off balance.
Nice stretch.
At first, nicely by Eden Weinberger. 6-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning.
Again, that's where Weinfurter's size. He's 6'6", 6'7". Nice stretch. Tell you, those big guys at first base, that's an extra foot or two earlier. That ball gets in the mitt, makes a huge difference. So Tyler Underwood. First inning was a strikeout victim to Rab. And he takes first one in as a ball. 1 out here in the bottom of third.
1 ball and no strikes. Blake Robb again working out of the windup. Rocks, kicks, deals. And there's a fly
Hit to right field.
well hit going back.
Going back at the fence. And it is gone again. An opposite field home run for Tyler Underwood. Second home run of the game for the Red Raiders of Marathon. Touch them all, Tyler. Boy, that right field, you're getting up in that right field. The wind's hauling it and touches the ball and gives Marathon a 3-0 lead.
Next up for Marathon, number 7, Cooper Huxtable.
That's only the third hit of the game for the Red Raiders. Auburndale has 4, but the key is 2 of the hits for Marathon have been round trippers.
Course here in Marathon. It's a much shorter shot to get it out over the right field fence than over the left field fence and goes through third. And now Tyler Underwood is taking advantage.
That extra batting practice that the Red Raiders take daily is paying off. And it could be one of those things, too, with the cold weather. Nothing travels, but you finally get some warm weather. The strength of Marathon is coming through. Cooper, number 2 hitter in the lineup. Takes one. It is a fast-paced game here in Marathon.
Today, at the very worst, they will get a share of the Maryland Conference South Division Championship. Fastball.
Isn't it something, the nicest day of the year, and the game's going the fastest, where you had some of these miserably cold days, and it took forever. So Marathon's got 2 home runs at the opposite field. The bleacher creatures in left center are waiting for a home run to be hit their way.
Lots of success for Cooper Huxtable. And there's a little roll
Grounded. Third baseman picks, throws. Nice arm.
by half a step. Good play by Nathan Richardson at third on that slow roller.
Richardson made some nice plays at third.
Up to the Red
Today.
Raiders, number 6, Drew Thurs.
True Thurs, a home run in his first at bat. Put Marathon up 2-0 in the first. The catcher, sophomore.
Blake Robb to the plate. Just off the outside corner, maybe a tab low. Ball 1. So what an impressive multi-sport athlete True Thurs is as well.
True, as a catcher, it's got to be a benefit as a catcher. Seeing that many pitches from your pitcher, you be able to get a good read on it. Evens it up at 1.
Baseball players of freshman helping Marathon to the sectional championship game. He's done in the camp here in his sophomore campaign as well. 1-1. This is the outside corner. Now goes to 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs, nobody on base. 1 run in for the Raiders here at the bottom of the third. As Marathon leads by a
Thurs ahead 2-1 in the count. 2 outs.
drop working back. Here's the 2-1. This is going outside.
Goes 3-1.
True Thurs reached 8. Kale Quinton. Cleanup man and second baseman would hit next.
Rab has not walked anyone today. Usually walks kill. It goes full to Thurs. 2 out. And there's the first walk of the game for Rab.
Ready for Marathon, second baseman, number 2, Cale Quaintance.
True Throws on first with 2 down. Kel Quaintance. The second baseman, a sophomore, in the number 4 spot. Kale does a nice job at second. Got a lot of range. Back. Oh, that's close. He almost had him leaning. True is a threat to steal. He does have the speed. Again, watch that back foot on the pitcher. It'll tell you if it's coming over or not. There he goes. Advances on the pass ball. You'll notice that a good fundamental baseball team, a lot of these coaches will say, get a good secondary lead. And as the pitch goes in, the kids get a lead, and they'll take those 3 or 4 extra steps towards the next base just to give them that secondary lead. Rab gets the signal. You notice they're not really holding thirds on at second. Second baseman comes over a little bit, but not too much. He knows that no one's covering, so True's not worried about getting picked off. Nice job by Kale. If you want to take your time, then I'm taking my time, and I'll call one. No one holding him on. Count goes 2-1 in favor of Kale. Still 2 out here in the third. Underwood gave the Red Raiders a 3-0 lead on a home run. Acquaintance. Now he's even up the count, 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Turning, again puts on the fingers. Number 2, Kale Quinton, leads in the right-handed box. There's a roller third base side.
Third baseman picks. Nice grab. So Kale rounds out to the third baseman for the third out. So after 3 complete, the Red Raiders put another one on the board, courtesy of Tyler Underwood's home run to right field to take a 3-0 lead over the Auburndale Eagles. We'll be back after the next commercial break.
You should apply for an open opportunity at Marathon Cheese.
It's where you want to start your career. We have a lot of long-term commitment employees.
They work with you and it's great pay, great benefits.
I choose to stay at Marathon Cheese because there's always an opportunity.
Marathon Cheese has worked really great for me and my family.
They donate money to different charities and different things that bring the community up.
There's an opportunity to grow in this company.
Working here at Marathon Cheese has given me a great work-life balance.
I wouldn't work anywhere else. I love working at Marathon Cheese.
Chuck Offel back here in Marathon for a Merriwood Conference, South Conference baseball tune-up. That Marathon has taken a 3-0 lead, courtesy of 2 home runs by the Red Raiders. Leading off in the top of the 4th inning for Auburndale will be Caden Anderson, the center fielder. It seems like in both teams, the third baseman's made all the plays. Nathan Richardson has made 3 putouts. And if you look over at the Marathon side, Evan DeBrew has also made 3 putouts. Both teams, let's see, 1, 2, 3 putouts by the shortstop for Marathon and 3 putouts for the shortstop for Auburndale. So Caden Anderson leading off in 4th inning.
Caden Anderson.
Top of the 4th inning, Marathon 3, Auburndale nothing. Auburndale coming to the plate. Caden Anderson will lead things off.
Blake Underwood still on the mound for the Red Raiders. Blake's a quick worker. He's not one of those pitchers that throws it, walks halfway to the catcher, gets it, walks back. He wants to get that rhythm going. Hit to right center. It's going to drop in front of Cooper. Cooper gets over there in time to get it in. And there's another base hit for the Eagles.
Next up for Auburndale, number 4, Nathan Richardson.
6 hits for Auburndale, all singles. Nathan Richardson, the third baseman, has done a nice job tonight at the hot corner. Back in time. Not much gets past Grant Warren at first. Popped up. Third base side. Underwood calls him. Some people might say, well, why didn't the third baseman take it? Well, the shortstop is keeping the ball in front of him. The third baseman has to back up. It's a lot easier for a guy coming in to catch a little fly ball like that than it is a guy going back. So 1 out for the Eagles. Michael Pongratz, the DH, victim of a strikeout in the second inning. Anderson getting a lead. Hey, if you got a chance, visit the Marathon City Sports Center. At the Marathon City Sports Center, you always find great food, cold drinks, bowling leagues, and a great place for your next party or get-together. For the best in Marathon dinner or to get together, come to Marathon Sports Center, South Highway 107 in Marathon. Evens it up 1-1. The 79 hitters that they want to attack are up for Auburndale. Two and one. Blake's kind of got a bionic arm. He can pitch, get his 100 pitches in a day, and granted, he does ice it, tries to pick off. Nope. But with all those breaking balls that he does throw, he just doesn't seem to get his arm fatigue. Evens it up at 2s. We're in the 4th inning. The Red Raiders still up 3-0. DeBrew on the edge of the grass at 3rd. There you go. Full count on Pongratz, the DH. That's what you want to do, attack those bottom order hitters. Pongratz for the second time this game is a strikeout victim. That brings up Isaac Linsmeyer, the right fielder. Linsmeyer, a strikeout victim in the second inning. Pickoff move, had him leaning. A lot of times those runners will make a mark in the dirt and see if I can get to that mark again. It did. Just nicked it. Just nicked it. The old hit by pitch. You hear a lot of kids yell, take it, take it. Way to let it hit you. Hey, any way you can get on. So 1st and 2nd, 2 out in the 4th. Josh Lundgren rounded out to Underwood, the shortstop, in the 3rd. I'm sure Tyler. I think True's going to come out there and say, hey, Blake, this is the number 9 hitter. Come after him. You got a good defense behind you. Let your buddies play defense. Attacking with fastballs. The sophomore battery. There's Underwood sophomores here at Marathon. Only one junior on the team. Cody Ratke. 2-0 the count. There we go. Kale trying to hold him on. Two and two, 2 out. You can see Kale coming over, slapping his glove. Sometimes he'll just give that little wave to tell him that I'm going back. Kale comes over there, gives that wave, tells him I'm going back. Underwood at short, fires, and for the 3rd out. Underwood takes out Lundgren for the 3rd out of the inning, and they strand 2. Eagles do, and they keep taking them out. So here we go. After 3.5 innings, it's Auburndale nothing and the Red Raiders of Marathon 3. So we'll be back after the next commercial break for more Marathon baseball.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, you found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, there is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
Chuck Wolfel back here in Marathon. Courtesy of Zaleski Sports, putting on Marathon baseball. And Marathon has taken is still ahead 3-0. They'll come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hey, we'd also like to thank Marathon Flooring. Bring your home to the next level with a new floor, carpet, or upgrade from Marathon Flooring. Marathon Flooring, transforming your home from the ground up. And since we're talking about Marathon, let's go to the Copper Mug. Marathon's favorite place for a holiday, festive, and local home decor is the Copper Mug. This local gem is filled with excellent gifts for friends and family and a great selection of woodwork, handmade items, and so much more. Hey, find them on Facebook or stop by the Copper Mug in Marathon. So, leading off in the bottom of the 4th inning is Grant Warren, the first baseman. Grant Warren grounded out to the shortstop, his first at-bat in the 1st. Grant takes it out right now with the hits. Auburndale Marathon has 2, 3. Evens it up at it's 0-2. 0-2. He did. If you're Rab, you kind of like Grant's got to have a massive strike zone for his height. You got a lot bigger strike zone to work with. Versus those small guys have a lesser strike zone to work with. 2-2 is the count. Grant goes down on strikes. First out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Heading for Marathon, number 3, Blake Underwood.
Blake Underwood grounded out to third baseman his first time up in the second inning. Ground ball to the shortstop. Picks. And in time. Underwood grounds out. Shortstop. 2 outs.
Now batting for Marathon, number 17, Cody Radke.
You take away the 2 home runs that Marathon has hit, and Rab has done a nice job on the mound. He's only given up 3 hits. Here comes the pitch. 2 outs here. Gets ahead 0-1. Popped out of play. Everyone yells heads up to all the kids over there. Half of them aren't paying attention. Same thing. Out of play. Over to first base dugout. Cody Radke goes down. 4-3. Rab making short work. Marathon here in the bottom half of the fourth, but Marathon still holds a 3-0 lead going to the top of the fifth here at Marathon. We'll be back after our next commercial break.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we'll help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it and the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
Chuck Offel back here in Marathon for Marywood South Baseball. Marathon fighting for a conference championship today. If they win, they're guaranteed at least a tie for the conference championship against Stratford, coming up with only 1 conference loss too. They're playing Edgar tonight. And as always seems to be, it seems the top 4 teams in the Marywood, Stratford, Edgar, Marathon, and Auburndale are always fighting for some kind of conference title, no matter what sport it is, in the Marywood South. So, leading off in the top of the 5th for Auburndale Eagles, Blake Rabb, the starting pitcher. Blake's doing a nice job keeping base runners off the base for Marathon, but unfortunately he's also given up 2 home runs, which has amounted to the 3-0 lead that Auburndale is now behind by. So Blake Rabb, let's see if he can get something going for the Eagles. Still on the mound, Underwood. Underwood only ripped it up the middle. Blake Rabb, the leadoff hitter, takes Underwood up the middle. Cooper hooks him up, gets it back in. That's the 7th hit for Auburndale. Marathon only has 3. Weinfurter has got a single and a fly out to center field. 1 for 2 officially. Again, that leadoff hitter, especially if he's got speed, is always a concern. Checking Blake over at first. He's gotten a better lead than a lot of his other teammates have just by looking where a spot on the dirt where the last couple guys have been. He's about a foot and a half further. Good speed. He wants to use it. You're up 0-2. You want to throw that one pitch that hopefully they'll chase. Checks the runner. Weinfurter, the left fielder. Breaking ball popped up. Radke coming in and drops in front of him. 4. A single. That's Payne Weinfurter's second hit of the game. And the Apaches' 8th hit of the game. Now running into a little trouble here is Blake Underwood. Runners on first and second. No out. And those little bloopers, sometimes it's not how hard you hit them, it's just where you hit them. Aiden Cherney, the catcher. Aiden Cherney, 2 for 2. On the first base line, grab it before. Oh, nice job by True Thurs. That had a chance to roll back into fair territory. True Thurs does a nice job diving and keeping it in foul territory. If you look at the first 3, I always talk about the bottom of the order and top of the order. The first 3 batters for Auburndale have 6 hits between the 3 of them. 6 out of the 8 hits belong to the first 3 batters for Auburndale. Marathon only has 3, but they lead 3-0. 0-1. Not really holding them on at second. Huh. So if we look at it, Blake Underwood with 3 strikeouts of the Eagles. Rab with 2 strikeouts. Popped up, looped again, getting in front of Cody and just dropping in there. He overruns it. Here comes Blake Rab coming in to score, and Weinfurter going all the way to second, running hard on the hit. So, third hit by Cherney, all singles on that. Blake Rab comes around to score on the little blooper. Weinfurter with good aggressive base running goes to third, and Aiden goes to first base. Still, nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Caden Weinfurter, 0 for 2. Lined out to the shortstop and hit a little pop fly to the first baseman. Infield comes in. They don't want to give up a run here. And the 9th hit for Auburndale. Not a lot of speed at first. True Thurs not afraid to throw down to first for a possible pickoff.
Stepping back into the left-handed batter's box is Caden Weinberg. Big hitter, tall hitter. Number 14 on the back of his dark blue jersey. Underwood has the side, has the target. Here's a roller.
Down the third base line. DeBrew checks the runner, throws over, gets him. Cherney goes to second. Weinfurter advances Cherney to second base. 1 out. So second and third with 1 out. Unfortunately for Marathon, the double play for most practical purposes is out of the picture right now. Now batting Caden Anderson. A single and a ground out to the third baseman, DeBrew, in the second. 1 for 2. Charge, here comes. Oh, nice. Nice job. Well, as a coach, you're telling your players, if you think you can make it, it's up to you. A lot of times, by the time a coach tells them to go, it's too late. He just didn't feel comfortable. And it was a ball. He still got guys on first and second. I'm sorry, second and third. Anderson, the center fielder. Blake struggling a little bit. You look at the bottom, the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters. have not been doing much damage. They only had one hit between them. 3-1. Top of 5. Infield's in on the grass. Popped out of play. You got the defense behind you. Cody Ratke deep in left field. Cooper in a little bit. Vesley in at right.
One run in the inning for Auburndale. 3-1 lead for Marathon. 2-1 pitch. Ball right off the end of the bat.
Count still stays 2-2.
Count now 2-2. Strikeouts would be huge right here for Blake Underwood. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Anderson. Putting down the fingers again, setting the target is true third behind the plate.
Blake doing a nice job with control. Has not walked a batter yet. Hits the right field to Vesley. Vesley's got it. He's going to throw the tag coming in for Weinfurter to throw. And not in time. Threw it down to third base. A little bit high. Nice aggressive base running by the Eagles. Weinfurter scores from third. Cherney goes to third on the throw. And Caden Anderson for the second out.
And for Auburndale,
Advances the runners.
Richardson.
So Auburndale cuts in that lead a little bit, 3-2. Marathon's battling base, a lot of base runners. You get the first 2 on, and it really puts you behind the old proverbial 8 ball. 2 outs. Underwood charges, bounces into it, and retires Richardson 6-3. So Auburndale does pick up a couple runs to cut into the lead, going into the bottom of the 5th inning, where Marathon still holds a 3-2 lead here at Marathon High School. We'll be back after the next commercial break.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Friday, May 31st is the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment. Also, enjoy free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, June 1st, the parade starts at 11 a.m. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at Upham Mansion. Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting outdoor beverage garden with live music. For more information, visit marshfieldchamber.com.
Hey, Chuck Wolfel back here with Dan at Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders have a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 5th. Auburndale created a little bit of damage there in the top of 5, had the first 2 runners on, and were able to get 2 runs across to cut into the lead to make it 3-2 in favor of Marathon. Coming to bat for Marathon here in the bottom of the 5. And we'd like to also thank Fleet Farm, another sponsor of Marathon Baseball. Fleet Farm, pick up all your pets' favorites from Fleet Farm. Find everything from food and treats to toys and health products under one roof. From all the brands you trust, dogs or cats, they got you covered. Shop your pets' everyday essentials at Fleet Farm. Blake Rabb still on the mound for Auburndale. Blake Rabb has only given up 3 hits. He's got 2 strikeouts, and he's only walked 1. Underwood has given up 9 hits, struck out 3, and walked none. And most of the outs have come courtesy of ground outs to the third base and the shortstop. So let's see if McCain can get things started, a sophomore. Balls one back. Reed flew out to center field his first time up. McKee at the DH for Evan DeBrew. Bottom of 5 here in Marathon. That's got to give Rabb a lot of confidence knowing that you got 2 of those runs back and they're not really hitting you. There it is. We just talked about it. Reed McCain, the sophomore, comes through with a base hit for Marathon. What a way to start off the next inning just after you had 2 runs scored on y'all. Marathon answers right back for their 4th hit of the game.
4 base hits for Marathon, 9 base hits for Auburndale, but the big numbers are the runs. 3-2 Marathon with the lead.
They're getting a courtesy runner.
Have a runner here.
Courtesy running for Marathon, number 8, Ian Shuda.
Ian Shuda will do the running for Reed McKean at first base. So a leadoff single for the Raiders as they try to respond after Auburndale pushed a pair of runs across in the last half inning.
Ian Shuda pinch running for Reed McCain. That brings up Vesley, the senior right fielder. Ground out to the shortstop in the 3rd. Squares the bunt, pops it up and gets it down though, and it rolls foul. Auburndale got lucky on that one. It was a nice bunt, but just had a little bit too much of a spin on it. Rolls foul. And that's about all Auburndale could do. You had to let it roll because you weren't going to get him at first. You hoped it would go foul, and it did. 0-1, the count on Vesley. Shoot at first, not with a big lead. Rab checks him, hopes to get the freshman sleeping. Just about does. It's a nice job by Rab. You know there's a freshman out there. He may not be ready, may be a little nervous. Let's see if we can pick him off.
No balls and a strike to get on that. Tyler Underwood, who homered his last time up, waits on deck. Here's the pitch, another square on this.
The bunt. They're going to second. It's going to go. Oh, he got it high. There we go. That was close. And looking at Blake Rab's going, what? The throw would have beat him, but it was high, and he had to jump, and he had to leave the. They're going to get together, the men in blue or the men in black. What'd you see? Well, I don't think the home plate is going to overrule him. He said he jumped and left the bag. Oh, he did call him out. Whoa. That, I don't know about that one.
And for Marathon, number 14, Tyler Underwood.
Derek Vesley on a fielder's choice. Goes to first. That was pretty questionable. If we could see a replay, we would show it to you. Throw over, tries to pick him off.
Getting off the mound quickly, making a good filter drop in that throw, a little bit high, but apparently Aiden Rob was able to hold that bag.
The throw did beat him there. I thought it was high, though.
Here's the pitch. Off the inside corner for a called ball.
But we have Underwood leading off. Underwood
Struck out in the first and then drilled a home run
with 1 out.
in the 3rd. 1 for 2.
Underwood with 1 hit so far, and that was a round tripper.
Runner on first and 1 out. Blake Rob to the plate. Going outside. Oh, what a nice play by Aiden Cherney.
You got 2 good catchers here. Cherney and True really are some top-notch catchers in the Marywood. And as a pitcher, you can appreciate that. 2-0 on Underwood. Try it again. He's got a nice move. Up the middle. That's going to make it for Tyler Underwood. That's the round second. Underwood with a single to make him 2 for 3. Vesley advances to second. That's Marathon's
And for Marathon,
5th hit.
7, Cooper Huxkama.
Cooper Huxkama. A single and scored on the home run and grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 3rd. So only 1 out. 1st and 2nd. Get those base runners on. As Coach Warren always preaches, battle every pitch. Battle every pitch. Not Horley holding him on at second. You can always check the second baseman and shortstop. If the shortstop is trying to sneak behind the runner, then you know they're really concerned. The second baseman tries to come over. He doesn't come over too far, so Vesley's not too worried about any pickoff throw. Rab's more worried about the batter than he is the base runner. Not a lot of speed with Vesley on second. Popped up, going behind us. 0-1, Rab gets ahead.
Boy, what a great day not to have just one game, but two games. Perfect spring day here in central Wisconsin. No balls in one strike. Blake Rock keeps back the runner at second. Humble. Fastball misses the outside corner. Even things up at one.
Cooper evens it up at 1.
True third. Another dangerous act in the on deck circle.
Rab has only walked 1 and struck out 2. Giving up 5 hits. Popped up. Center field. Caden coming in. No tag. Wasn't deep enough to really advance anyone. So Vesley did the smart thing, kind of go halfway. If he drops it, you get third. True. With a walk in the third and a 2-run home run in the first. True, the only one Rab has walked so far. We're in the bottom of 5. Marathon still holding on a 1-run lead now. Sneaking behind him.
Fastball misses the outside corner. Evens things up at 1-1. 3-2 Marathon with the lead. Raiders 2 in the first.
Reed McCain led off the inning with a single.
Auburndale were 2 in the top of the 5th.
An attempted bunt to second. He was thrown out, but Vesley still was able to occupy first. Underwood hit him, and there's a ground ball to the shortstop. He bobbles it to second for the force. So, 2/3 grounds out to the shortstop. 6-4 for the third out. So, after 5 complete, it's Marathon 3 and Auburndale 2. And we'll be back after our next commercial break.
Access Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating, but with Access Insurance, you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at accessinsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
Chuck Offel back here in Marathon for the Merriweather South Conference game, where Marathon has taken a 3-2 lead. They've jumped out 3-0 on a couple of home runs. Auburndale battled back, scratched 2 runs across to make it 3-2. So now we're in the top of 6 with Auburndale coming to bat. Hey, special thank you to all the Marathon sponsors. Brickner Motors of Little Chicago, A&H Machine, the Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant, Marathon City Sports Center, Marathon Flooring, Marathon Cheese, the Copper Mug, Access Insurance, and Underwood's Construction. Speaking of the Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant, find breakfast, lunch, and dinner under all one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican spot, the Three Amigos. And did you see a Friday fish fry? How about today? That's Three Amigos on Maritech Avenue in Marathon. Still warming up. Blake gets his 5 pitches in between. And if we're going to talk about that, let's go to Marshfield on Marshfield Dairy Fest, May 31st to June 2nd to thank the farmers. Check out marshfieldchamber.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend for Dairy Fest. So, here we are in the top of 6. Michael Pongratz, who has struck out 0 for 2, struck out twice. We have the 7, 8, and 9 hitters who have not got a hit this game, so you know Blake is going to attack big time. There we go, gets ahead. One thing Auburndale does have in the top of 7th, they have their number, if he gets them all out in order this year, you have their number 1, 2, and 3 hitters leading off. And they've really destroyed Blake today. 2-0. Pongratz is ahead. In there. Blake battles back.
3-2. Yeah. Marathon, a win here today. This game would clinch at least a tier on the Marywood Conference South Division Championship. 2 balls and
This game is shaping up just like the game on Tuesday. Ground ball to Underwood, picks, throws, and Grant tags him. Nice job by Tyler Underwood, the shortstop. 6-3, 1-0.
Next for Auburndale, number 9, Isaac Linsmeyer.
That's the 5th putout by the shortstop Underwood. Isaac Linsmeyer, the right fielder, was hit by a pitch and struck out 0 for 1. Just like the last game on Tuesday, it could come down to the last inning. Marathon, the home team.
When this one is over, we'll take a slight break. The lineup for game number 2 between Marathon and
On deck, Josh Lundgren.
and then return for that one as well here on Bull Falls Radio. 1 ball and 1 strike on Isaac Linsmeyer. Blake Underwood fighting. Fastball poured right in there. Pop into the mid of 2/3.
Jumps out ahead, 1 and 2. That was big.
1 and 2.
Linsmeyer, the number 8 hitter.
Set the target. Underwood sets, kicks, deals. Ground ball, third base side, gets past the roof.
Tyler backs him up. The throw. Got him. Wow. Evan took a hop right over his glove. Underwood went deep in the hole and backed him up with a strong arm. Guns him down. Grant with the stretch. Nice play by Tyler Underwood. 2nd out of the game. That's the one you want. You didn't want a 7 and 8, 9 hitter on the base. 2 outs. Number 9 hitter, Josh Lundgren. Josh Lundgren grounded out twice to Tyler at short. Pop up. Grant chasing it. Out of play. A lot of smoke out there in right field. They have a junior high track meet, the concession stand. Setting up some smoke signals. Auburndale with 9 hits, Marathon with 5.
No balls and 1 strike on Lindgren. Lundgren, he is grounded twice.
Blake jumps out in front, 0-1.
Day for Tyler Underwood. Here's the 0-1. Going inside.
Kids are saying, wear it, wear it. In other words, stand in there and take one for the team.
Underwood also made that nice play on the line drive back to the first against Caden Weinberger that turned it into an unassisted double play. 1-1. There's a loop
Ground on. Right to Underwood. Underwood takes it himself to cover all 3 guys here in the top of the 6th. So in the top of the 6th, Auburndale doesn't get anything across. In the bottom of the 6th, we got Quaints laning it off for Marathon. Marathon now is ahead, 3-2. Coming to bat in the bottom of 6th. We'll be back for our next commercial break.
Bring the whole family out to Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant tonight and enjoy a menu filled with freshly made authentic Mexican options. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a great selection to keep you coming back again and again. Dine in for a fun Mexican restaurant experience or order for takeout or even delivery. There's Taco Tuesday, Friday Fish Fry, and a great lineup of cold drink options and so much more. It's all under one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican restaurant, Three Amigos on Maratech Avenue.
Chuck Wolfel back here in Marathon for the Marywood Conference South baseball game between Auburndale, the visiting Eagles versus the home team Marathon Red Raiders. Marathon Red Raiders up 3-2, coming to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. And we'd like to always thank our sponsors. Marathon Cheese. Marathon Cheese is made up of family employees, founded in the heart of Wisconsin, local Durden. It's the people who work at Marathon Cheese who bring such passion and commitment to make Marathon Cheese so special. For your next career move, consider joining the Marathon Cheese family and apply at marathoncheese.com. Rab, now facing Cale Quaints, the second base, and Cale grounded out to the shortstop in the 1st and grounded out to third baseman in the third. Rab does not appear to be tiring. Neither pitcher is throwing a lot of pitches. 0-1. Gale battling. Always looking for that next pitch. Gale working them good. 1-2. Gale, the number 4 hitter in the Marathon lineup.
For the Auburndale Eagles, 2 runs on 9 base hits and no hits. 1-2.
Gale grounds one foul. 1-2. Rab is ahead. Following Cale, the second baseman, will be the first baseman, Grant Warren. They could really use an insurance run. Let's see if Cale can get it started for the Raiders. Drop third strike. Got him. Nice job. Like I said, 2 good catchers tonight. Cherney and Thurs doing a nice job. Third strikeout for Rab today. Grant 0 for 2. Ground out to the shortstop and a strikeout victim in the fourth. 1 out. Insurance run would really mean a lot this inning because Auburndale leads off with their 1, 2, and 3 hitters who are responsible for. There's Grant, rips one over to the third baseman. Rounds first, Weinfurter gets it in. Grant with a single here in the top of the 6th. Marathon's 6th hit of the game. Blake Underwood, the pitcher. Grounded to the third baseman, and then the shortstop in the fourth. I don't think you'll find a taller tandem, the first baseman versus the first baseman runner. Grant 6'9", 6'10", Weinfurter 6'6", 6'7". Oh, they awarded him second base. They called a balk. Yep. Grant advances to second. That's huge. Yep. It's one of those, didn't mean to do it, and he knew it. He's not arguing. But Grant goes to second on the balk. And the pitcher got to come home. They're not even holding Grant on. Base hit over the second baseman's head. Here comes Grant. It's in the gap. Grant is going to score from second. Grant Warren scores from second, courtesy of the balk. Blake Underwood with a single. The 7th hit. And if we look at Blake Underwood, is 3rd in the conference in RBIs this year. So you would expect that on him. Blake Underwood at first. Courtesy being run by Drew Wolfel, the sophomore. Still only 1 out. That's that courtesy run that we talked about. It's going to be huge come the top of the 7th. Cody Radke now up. Cody grounded out to the pitcher and also grounded out to the second baseman. Cody 0 for 2. Rab checking the runner. Squares the bunt. 1-1. Runner at first base has got to be careful. You got to make sure there's contact before you leave. Squares the bounce again. Nice bunt down the first base line. Throw to first. Gets him at first. Drew Wolfel advances to second on the sacrifice by Cody.
For Marathon, number 5, Reed McCain, designated
Now
hitter.
for the second out here. Cody Rackfee sacrifices him to second. Reed McCain with a single. The last at bat. Another single here. Should score another insurance run. Reed McCain up. Hits it to the short stop. Rock fires for the third out. But what's really important here is the Raiders get an insurance run. Tanakwan and Grant Warren gets walked over to second. Blake Underwood knocks him in with a nice insurance run here in the bottom of 6. So, and we'll be back after this commercial break for more Marathon Raider baseball.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Chuck Oval back here at Marathon. We're at the top of the 7th, and Marathon has an insurance run here in the bottom of 6 to take a 4-2 lead. Speaking of building a lead, the Underwood Construction people. For a custom-built home, you want to work with the best in Underwood Construction. Right here in Marathon is the perfect place to turn. For your next home building experience, look for Underwood Construction. And since we need a construction, we also have the insurance, and that's where we'll go to Access Insurance for all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs. There's always a local agent you can look to at Access Insurance. Have a friend in your corner to customize the coverage you need. Learn more at accessinsurance.net. Access Insurance Agency, their business revolves around you. So, Blake Underwood facing the big-time order of Auburndale. The top 3 have been responsible for at least 6 hits versus Underwood. They've got the 2 runs, too. They've got Underwood's number. Let's see if Underwood can return the favor. Rabb leading off. The pitcher faces pitcher. You want to get ahead of these guys. Rabb, the leadoff hitter, has been on twice this game as a leadoff. The pitch. Rabbed in the hole. Underwood fires in time. Nice throw by Underwood. Underwood, a lot of range, and to go with that range is a strong arm for the first out. Underwood has been responsible for the last 5 putouts have come via Underwood at shortstop position. Peyton Weinfurter is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run scored. That was big to get that lead off the base path. Right down. Oh, and Peyton gets out in the nick of time. He should have wore that one. Get a base runner. It's always easier said than done. No one wants to get hit. 1-0. Ground ball to Quaintance at second. Gloves it, throws it, and gets him. 4-3. Second out, that's big.
Next up for Auburndale with a 2, Aiden Cherney.
Aiden Cherney. This has been really big. The first 3 Ritters have really owned Blake through the first 6 innings. Blake has buckled down, and with some nice defense behind him, needs 1 more out for the win and a guaranteed tie for a conference championship. Jumps out 0-1. Cherney is 3 for 3. 3 singles. Getting that insurance run has given Blake a lot of confidence. He doesn't have to be so precise. 2-1. Turney the catcher. Weinford the first baseman fouls. Blake gets his signal from Thurs. Curveball didn't quite reach the zone. It's 3-1. You want to keep those runners off the base path. There's that fastball coming in. Hitter's count. I wonder if he was taken the whole way because I'd be willing to bet you knew it was a fastball. Full count. 2 out. Top of 7. Swing and a miss. Hey, there we go. And Blake strikes out for the 4th strikeout of the game. And Auburndale falls to the co-conference champion. Marathon Red Raiders 4-2 in 7 innings. So, what a great game. Another Marathon is now guaranteed a tie for the Marywood South Conference Championship, depending on how Stratford does in this next couple games. We'll be back after this commercial break for more Marathon Red Raider follow-up, and we'll also be doing the post-game sponsor by Merrill Steel.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
You owe me because I decide who's playing the game. Hey, Chuck Wolfel back here in Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders have guaranteed themselves a tie of the Marathon South Conference Championship. It all depends what Stratford does in their next couple games. But leading the charge tonight was the sophomore catcher, True Thurs. True had his First home run of the year?
Yeah, first one of the year.
Yeah, and the first inning that gave us a 2-0 lead. True, what were you looking for when you went up there and took him deep?
I knew he was a great pitcher. He pounds his own, so I was going up there looking for him to challenge me and swing the bat.
And you swung the bat nice. Is that your first home run of the year?
Yeah, it's my first one of the year.
And you had one last year, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. You do a really nice job as a catcher back there. Do you really feel you're one of the top catchers? I know you got a great arm. You block the plate really well. You got to go up there and you have a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I just go up there trying to help out my pitcher, get him on the strike calls, give him confidence in myself that, I'm there I have his back. So, yeah, that's all it's about.
I see a couple times when Blake was struggling, did you kind of go back out there and say, hey, listen, the curveball's different. Let's go pound these bottom 7 guys with the fastball because the top 3 guys in the order were 7 for 9. The bottom 3 guys were like 0 for whatever. Yeah. So did you kind of get them refocused? Let's pound a fastball with the bottom guys?
Oh, yeah. Blake's he's a tremendous pitcher, and I just had to go out there, calm him down, and, refocus on who he is as a pitcher. So that was all him. He challenged him, and then he did a great job.
All right. So we got True Thurs here, the player of the game for Zaleski Sports. True, what do you got to say for yourself?
I'm True Thurs, and I'm in the house.
All right, thank you. And again, congratulations on the Marywood Conference South Guaranteed Conference Championship.
Awesome.
Good job, bud.
Thanks, Chuck.
Chuck will be back here, and we'll be back for the next game when we play Abbotsford. Colby comes in to take on Marathon for the next game of the doubleheader tonight. So again, thanks for all the sponsors who sponsor this on Zaleski Sports.